Good morning. I'm just off to have a pedicure and spoil myself for the first time in probably about 5 years since I've had this done. I always feel a little bit guilty having these kind of this me time. I think after having 5 kids, it's not often that you get to have a lot of me time for things like this, but we've got to look after our feet. They do a big job. Yeah, it's the kind of thing that you always forget about, but I think it's just nice to, if you're able to treat yourself with something small like this. I'll let you know how it goes, but I'm really excited. So I'm off to grab a coffee first. I've got my my double gauze that you would have all seen in the last video, so it's very comfortable, lovely to wear too. Well, pedicure has been done. That was amazing. I must remember to make that part of my at least once a yearly schedule. I am about to brave Spotlight over here at Fountain Gate, which it's going to be pretty busy, and then maybe even the shops. So wish me luck. I picked up a little bit of glamorous fabric for some New Year's Eve, so wish me luck. I'm off to do some Christmas shopping. I was actually planning on spoiling myself and having a bit of lunch, but too many people. I decided to go for the quick and easy way out. And that is just good old-fashioned sushi. Now this is the last ever school pickup. for Miss Lily, who is off to high school next year. So I picked up the youngest one from her last day of grade 6 ever, which is pretty amazing to think all my babies now are all grown up. My shopping day, yeah, can take or leave the shopping because I just find it very, Meg's sneezing. I find it very hard to focus when there's that many people and it's so busy. And plus I had a bit of a time constraint too. So I just couldn't think straight. So I didn't really find much, but I did find some little cute things that were pretty just pointless things to buy, but they bring me joy, so I like them. One of the little gift shops that I videoed in was called Wheel and Barrow, which has got beautiful glassware and dinnerware and cooking bits and pieces. I actually found some cute little glasses, little tiki glasses, or they're quite big glasses, and they would be great for my spiced rum and ginger drink that I love, some little cocktail things. And I got some cute little earrings from Lavisa, which is cherries for Christmas Day, really cute. And I thought these were really lovely as well for $5, little abstract faces and little fuchsias. I love sorting through all the clearance things. Is Charlie? Yes. And some fabric from Spotlight. Of course, I was trying to make it pretty quick in there because you can get sidetracked really easy with all the clearance tables and markdown fabric. So I had a mission and I stuck to my plan. I got some beautiful stretch cotton fabric to make some tops and some velvet and some lace. So that would be a bit of a surprise. You'll get to see what I'm doing with that. And that was my day out. So a really nice, busy day. I got to have coffee, but time goes so quickly when you're rushing around, and it's quite a big drive from where I dropped my daughter off to go to that big shopping centre. So you're looking at a good 45-minute drive back to school. It's probably maybe like 60-kilometre drive. It's one of those things where I still have to do a bit more Christmas shopping, and I'm avoiding it. But I think I might go late one night and take 2 of the older kids with me to help and just try and slow it down a little bit. I think we tend to run around and run ourselves ragged this time of year, and I think we've just got to really think about what's important. And I know most of my family would be very happy with anything they received. I think we can really tend to overthink gift giving and gift buying. So yes, be kind to yourselves. Meg, be kind to yourself, don't you think? Are you kind to yourself? Meg actually went to the beach yesterday, didn't you? Did you go to the beach? Yes, you did. One of my older girls took her to the beach and she met some other dogs there, had a great time. She gets a little bit nervous and a little bit overexcited. But the more we take her out, the better she'll be. So there's the old school bag thrown on the floor. That won't be there for much longer. So Charlie's ready for dinner. And the finished results of my pedicure. How nice is it to have freshly painted nails and someone else to do it? So just thinking about shopping after many years of working in retail, I don't really enjoy it like I used to. I used to really love going shopping. When the kids are little and, get some me time and you go out and you browse around the shops, and now it just doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't do it the same way. And maybe that's because making your own clothing, the things I used to look at don't appeal to me anymore. I can find myself looking for inspiration, but then I can always say, I can make that myself. I can make it better in a better print or a better colour or whatnot. And I think too, just finding the time just for peace and quiet. It's nice to, I like to get outside in the garden and potter around for a bit of regeneration. So shopping tends to just suck the energy out of me. And I also find that this is other than fabric shopping, because that's a whole different ball game. I love fabric shopping, but I think maybe I just lost that enjoyment that I once had. But I still love looking around at little streets and towns and little gifty shops, and especially things like markets and fresh food markets. I love that kind of shopping, but it's a bit different to just shopping in a big shopping mall full of crowds. And so it's interesting how you change over the years, and maybe a bit of online shopping too has helped with, if you need something, you can get it delivered and it's a lot less hassle, especially if you live a long way away like I do from the shops. My nearest big shopping mall is 30-minute drive, 30 to 40-minute drive, so it's not as easy to get to. So the drive itself there, you want to make sure that when you go there, you have a few things in mind to get. And I also love catching up with friends for a coffee and lunch, but I tend to like to do that in little cafes rather than shopping trips. So what do you guys think about shopping? Are you all, I suppose a lot of places are locked down as well. And with our lockdown, throughout the year this year, the shops that were all shut, a lot of people really missed shopping. And I too, it's nice to be able to go to the shops now that we can. You do take it for granted having the freedom to do it. But now that we have got the freedom to do it, I kind of think, well, I wasn't really missing much. So it's kind of, it's strange the way as soon as something's taken away from you, you want it. But then when you've got it, you don't really want it. Interesting. And another thing I found really interesting conversation I had with two of the young ladies that were doing in the beauty salon with a pedicure, and there's another lady doing nails as well. We had a discussion about things like plastic surgery and Botox, and because they offered that there. And one of the young ladies is only 27, and she's already had a lot of Botoxing and lip fillers and that kind of thing done. And I just found it interesting that more younger and younger women are having it done. I don't know, I've never really felt the need that I've wanted to do it, but then I don't judge people for wanting it done if it makes them feel good as well. I find it really interesting that a lot of young women are resorting to that before they even hit 30. So, I just had a discussion because I actually, I don't know if you guys noticed from seeing me talk, but I, about 5 years ago, I had Bell's palsy. Now, Bell's palsy is a virus that attacks the nerves in your face. I'll see if I can find some pics of how I looked. I woke up one morning and my face had just completely dropped on one side. That meant that my eye wouldn't blink. I had to tape it shut at night to go to sleep. My mouth drooped and it was pretty much it looked like I had a stroke. It was very, very distressing to wake up to that, just out of the blue. So we went off to emergency room, had some tests done, and of course they think about stroke straight away because it's very similar signs to a stroke. But in fact it had just been a Bell's palsy attack, and it lasted a good 6 months before I had full range of being able to smile. I couldn't smile. My face looked like it was just deformed. It was just hanging on one side, and so the eye wouldn't blink. It was actually quite frightening, but also it really made me reassess things like aging, getting older, how I felt about things like wrinkles in my face, because all I wanted was to be able to smile again. I think that knowing that I had the chance of not getting that facial expressions back again, moved outside because it's very noisy in there. So just getting back to, so basically the virus had attacked the nerves in my face. My face had dropped on one side. So I had the possibility of never getting that expression back in my face. I have a friend who actually had the same thing, and she never recovered. It has been 10 years and her face is still dropped on one side. So it made me reassess everything about getting old, about wrinkles, about things like plastic surgery. They did say that if there's one thing they could have done to help the nerves relax would be to put Botox in my cheek and my neck, but I didn't need that. I was very lucky to have pretty much a 90% recovery in about 6 months. So I feel very, very lucky and blessed that was the the rooster, that was my outcome, because a lot of people aren't that lucky. And I found a really good friend online that I met through a Bell's palsy support group that lives over in the UK, and she actually had an attack of it when she was 9 years old. It just happened one morning. She was playing outside and her mother looked at her face and said what happened. So that would be really quite frightening at a young age like that. And they say things like triggers like stress can happen, but as a 9-year-old she wasn't under any stress, so it really is a bit of a mystery. But it is in the same family as things like shingles, that kind of virus that will attack you when your immunity is low. And unfortunately it attacked me. it's probably one of the worst experiences of my life, but also it made me reassess a lot of things about the way I saw myself and what I cared about the most. And really, I just wanted to look normal again. I wanted to smile, I wanted to blink. And it was a very slow process of recovering with things like steroids. And really, I think my best therapy was the sewing, and the gardening helped me kind of find a form of a meditation almost, looking after myself. So yeah, it's interesting. Just I thought you guys might be able to identify that, you know, with things like aging and us as women, how it was very pressured to look young, and men aren't always pressured to look that a certain way, and that it is okay to wrinkle, to get, you know, to age naturally, but it's also okay if you wanted to have things like plastic surgery. I think I would never judge anybody. I think it's whatever makes you happy in this life. Really, that's all that matters, is make sure you're happy. Bye for now. Have a great day, whatever you're doing, and don't stress too much over Christmas.